This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Use MMA 199 for $1.99 domain or transfer. Defense Soap. Use code MMA Nuts for 15% off your entire order. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 205.
205.
My name is Ingo Weigold.
Matt Griffith, MMA show by fans, for my fans. We're walking line between serious and ridiculous.
Cheers to you on happy 4th of July weekend.
Woo!
USA and shit.
Woo!
Something. I don't know.
Merca! Fuck yeah! Woo!
We're the bestest ever.
Something.
In the whole world.
Did we win?
What
Our World Cup dreams came crashing to a halt.
We did not win, but we played valiantly against Germany, who is winning.
Did we get drug tested, or at least our goalie? Because he seemed to have an obscene amount of saves. And
he did. I think he had 16 total, and there's like some kind of record for the World Cup. There's a lot of good gifs out there of like him being like, not gifs, photoshops of him like photoshopped in, like doing
all sorts of shit.
It's crazy. Just Google like Howard Photoshop. Romo Shop, whatever.
Right.
Some good stuff out there. But I don't know. I'm happy the World Cup's going on. Looks like it's going to be Germany and probably Argentina in the finals. Maybe the Netherlands. We'll see. Brazil doesn't have a chance, I don't think.
Oh, that's fine.
They lost their best player. He fractured his vertebrae or something.
Well, if he wasn't such a pussy and would make excuses like a typical Brazilian
it was a pretty hard hit he took,
athlete.
But I would say that maybe his vertebrae was fractured already from all the flopping that was going on.
Oh, there we go. Let's keep going down this path.
Yes. There's a soccer.
Are you saying there's a sniper with no bullets in their gun?
Yeah, it's weird, man. That's one of those sports. I don't know. It's like basketball, you know. Even LeBron James is like taking notes. He's like,
I like this.
Yeah.
Dive.
Yeah. They need to stop that. I don't know how they stop it, but
suspend people. Instant replay.
They throw yellow cards down, but sometimes
red card, motherfucker. Take a dive, red card.
Yeah. Some of these guys.
You get thrown out for the game, right?
Yes.
I'm not up on all my soccer
Red card,
rules.
you're out for the game. Yellow card, I think if you get 2 in one tournament, then you're out for the next game.
I say, just fuck it. Get rid of the yellow cards. Red card, everybody.
Should implement this in MMA.
Yes.
The yellow card system.
Yeah.
Bring it back, baby. Didn't Pride have that for stalling? Yeah.
That's it. Or start taking percentage of your salaries away. I'm all about docking someone's pay.
There you go.
Can we garnish their wages?
Yes. Where does the money go?
Directly to us.
Perfect.
See?
Yes.
Garnishing. It's all about garnishing.
Yes.
So this weekend, where'd we go? Or when was it? Friday of last week. We've been off for a while.
We've been off. We took
a
break.
Excursion.
We went to the float lab. No, we went to
the space-time tanks in Chicago.
Yep, floating. Matt took me to my first ever experience in the tank.
That's right. I took him right in there.
In the deep waters.
Let's see how Ingo does in the 6 inches of deep Epsom salt water with 800 pounds of Epsom salts.
It was quite the interesting experience. I must say, I would urge anyone who's out there to try this at least once, because it's a lot harder than you think to trust that you're safe in this thing and to get used to the quiet and the darkness.
It's deafening.
It's like you can't make your brain is almost like the first 15 minutes. I don't know how long it was really, but I would say like it was almost like a death struggle. I thought I was like, I think you mentioned this, like I was dying, and my body's like fighting with all its might to stay alive, like because I'm so anxious about where's my input. Like there's nothing happening in here, and it's pitch black. You're floating in the water. It's weird. It's just really weird, but I got something out of it. I'm gonna try a little something, and maybe I'll report back. I might take notes on that and post it on the website of my 30 days of project, whatever. But you've gone how many times now?
I think that was number 9.
Okay. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Yes.
Number 9. Number 9. Have you ever heard that song?
No.
Number 9.
Is that the whole song?
It's the whole song.
Is that? Are you saying this is a David Hasselhoff song?
Number 9.
I hear he's huge in Germany.
Number 9. That's all it is for like
Germany.
5 minutes. It's crazy.
Number 9. I'll fucking do that the rest of the show.
No.
Number 9. Anyway, what else is going on?
I don't know.
Tank. What was that classic line we heard today?
I do have a question for you.
Go ahead.
How is the pH level of your vagina, Matt?
Thank you. That's when you know there may be a problem. When see, this is what happens. Sometimes you may be medicated and you're watching TV. It's late at night, and you go, "Did I just fucking hear that, or I'm just out of my mind?" So now I have to rewind and fucking videotape shit, and then I wake up the next morning not realizing what I taped, and I'm like, "Holy fuck." This was on Real Sports on HBO with some cheerleader controversy because the ladies are, when they average it all out, they're making less than minimum wage. So in their contract, they have something, you have to maintain the pH balance or something of your vagina.
Important.
Yes, and you need to change your tampon
every
4 hours when you're menstruating.
Okay.
Interesting. And we said that we're going to put that in our contracts, right? Any
menstruating?
business we do with people going forward?
They have to have valid pH levels in their vaginas?
No, we have to.
Oh, okay. That's good.
It'll all work out, I'm sure.
Yes.
So we were hanging out with a Hallmark writer today, right? And what is love? When you could say, "You are my headache." That's what love is. It's just sad. I'm just saying.
Someone's going to steal that now. You give that out to the world.
It's good. Set it free.
Shirts everywhere.
Pound sign.
You are my headache.
You are my headache. Get that trending on Twitter.
Yes. Perfect.
Moving right along. So we're going to start this week. A lot of shit has happened. I think I'll just say 2 words and.
I know what you're going to say.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Chael Sonnen.
Yes.
Go.
I don't know what to say. Okay, he gets fired from the Fox gig, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Why did he get fired?
You know, here's one instance where I'm like, why did they fire him? What does it matter? He's a freaking commentator for a sport. What, he needs to be steroid free? I mean,
no.
Joe
Well,
Rogan
he got popped for HGH and EPO. So this is his second failed drug test.
Yeah, this time he got popped for everything.
This is the real deal. And pretty much what it sounds like is you got to be
retarded
to get fail this test, because it has to happen in 3 hours, I think, from when you've taken a shot to when you
somebody
take
like
the
fucked him then,
drug
because
test.
I recall him saying something. Didn't he go on the Rogan podcast and say that thing many times? Like it's an IQ test, it's not a drug test. Didn't he say that?
I think that was Conte.
Okay, maybe
Victor Conte.
Yeah.
Bucko.
So I'm not sure what to say, because as far as him losing his Fox gig, I mean, I don't think he should have lost it.
No.
Who cares?
Who cares?
But I think they're trying to make a point, like,
zero tolerance.
Yeah.
Even if you're a broadcaster. Even if you're a fucking
no
announcer.
juicing.
What about Metamoris then?
What about Joe Rogan?
What about him?
He's admitted he's on the TRT.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, Metamoris is interesting because I think the official statement from them is that they don't know enough about TRT and drug testing to have an official position. So at this point, they're going to ignore everything.
I love it. Because, well, isn't in jiu-jitsu, would you say probably out of any sport that there is, the most steroid users are probably in jiu-jitsu?
I would say that's probably a fair statement. You know, another thing they said too is that if you look at the competitor he's facing, and Andre Galvao, which I believe this is a gi. Is this gi?
No, he's no gi.
It's no gi. They're saying that it's such a lopsided advantage for Galvao that, you know, steroids or not, Chael doesn't have a chance, basically. Which I beg to differ on that, but, you know, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I like it that they're like, fuck it.
I do too.
But I'm pretty sure that Galvao probably doesn't enjoy the fact that, I mean, of course he's a fighter and he's going to be like, whatever, but I don't know.
Well, he has a way out if he loses. He is not going to lose.
He's on the steroids. Steroida.
All good. It'll all work out. But he's like
Galvao's pretty. He's pretty ripped too.
You might be on him too, for all we know.
He's tossed me before. Judo threw me.
Yeah.
He was there when I got my blue belt.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that was not fun. He smiled at me and then he threw me on my head.
You're like this.
This is gonna hurt a little. Are you ready?
Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's interesting. I don't know, because, like, you know, it's weird on this card you got Barnett too, who's like, and then Dean Lister, who I'm questioning. I'm not saying I don't know the guy, but he's looking pretty big these days.
When your neck disappears, you might be on the choice.
So, I don't know, Metamoris or not, I like it. I want to see more spectacle. I love to see like a Rousey versus one of these female champions. In the
how many of those ladies stepped up? Because didn't she make some comments that she'd beat any woman in jiu-jitsu or something along those lines?
And every female champion came out and said, "Oh yeah,
okay, let's go, bitch."
You don't say.
Yeah. And who's that one? Gabby Garcia.
Gabby Garcia.
That's bigger than Vanderlei Silva.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Yeah,
made him look like a little boy.
She's gigantic. So I don't know. We'll see. It's going down August 9th though.
Is it going down?
We might have to watch that. I wonder if that's an evening card. I'm like down to like get together if it's at night to like as if it's a pay-per-view and just do that shit up.
Fine. Done.
That shit done. But it might be during the day. I don't know. I have to check.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'd imagine it's probably during the day because I would think it would be a longer event. It depends.
Yeah.
Because how long are the matches? 20
minutes.
20.
I think.
And you're doing at least 6? Maybe 6:20s. I don't know. It'll work out. You get 3 hours, right?
Yep.
If I can do math, I can't do math. It's 2 hours, but
it's streaming on the internets. Maybe Fight Pass might pick that up. Supposedly.
That's the rumor.
Yes.
I like it.
Why not?
It's already bought. Just give me more content.
Yes.
Fight announcement. Bigfoot versus Andre Arlovski.
I don't like this one, man. Didn't we see this already?
Yes! Why do you bring a guy in who has potential to probably bring in some ratings? You're going to fucking give us a fight that we've already seen and no one cares about, and it's headlining a card. And I think it's probably in Brazil, too.
It is.
Ugh.
So if Arlovski
no
had
interest.
butterflies before, how bad is it going to be now?
Maybe they can do Arlovski versus Mitrione.
I like that one.
Since Mitrione needs a dance partner. We'll talk about him later. It just seems like we're wasting Arlovski. If you bring a guy in, have him fight people he hasn't fought. I thought that was the allure of bringing him in, to give us some interesting matchups.
That's what I'd like to see.
It's very curious.
Bi-curious?
There's nothing wrong with it. But you end up dead if you're on Game of Thrones.
If you're bi-curious?
Yeah. That one guy, the prince, he was talking too much shit.
Oh, yeah.
And he got ganked.
And
the other guy still lived.
He did.
Ray Sefo says he's
WSOF.
open to some cross promotion with a little World Series of Fighting and the Bellator.
I like it. That's probably why they brought in Coker.
Probably.
Because Coker was doing that shit with Strikeforce.
I love it. Love it. Give me some Freak Show. Freak Show 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
As my computer's about to die. You know we're brought to you by GoDaddy.
GoDaddy.com.
Use code MMA199, $1.99.com, or transfer. Cheapest way to support us. And share us around. I read nice comments about us sometimes.
Yes, we like to be passed around like a dirty street whore.
Tell your friends.
You know.
Tell your wives.
I want loads to the face as much as
Ingo
possible.
wants loads to the face, you know.
Hook me up.
That's how he rolls.
I like loads.
He's sporting the glasses today.
Yeah, my eyes are bugging me. Actually, with the glasses, I don't see the.
You see the haze?
No.
I think you're hazed out. Maybe that flow tank messed you up. Now you're on a permanent vacation.
Yes.
It's all good. Got any other news?
Only the best beer commercial ever. Have you seen this?
Which one? Well, the copyright infringement?
No, for.
What's going on here?
They're bank robbers having a beer after.
Which beer?
It's a British beer, I think.
Some beer. They're robbing a bank.
Carlton Draft. Carlton Draft.
Oh, see, now you're playing music, fuckface.
Is that bad?
Yes! Come on, mute that shit.
Sorry.
Now we just got pulled off of everything. You know, I'm just going to mention this. 2014 is the year of copyright infringement. I'm getting really fucking sick of copyright infringement.
This is not a real song. This is like a making.
It doesn't matter. Someone's going to fucking sue us.
Anyways, I don't know how to Google this, but
I can't post it. So tell somebody where to find it.
It's called. It's an Australian beer. Sorry. I don't know. Fucking. It doesn't have a name. Man, you stole my thunder now with the. I forgot about the music thing. Fuck you, YouTube. Can you hear that?
Just brought our show to a screeching halt.
Can you hear that?
But have you been watching Rogan's podcast lately?
He's been bitching at.
He's getting his shit pulled down for it. That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. Who cares? Like, you're fucking making money. God forbid you make 10 cents off your YouTube video.
Well, it's automatic because Glory. Remember,
Yes.
I told you our one of our videos got flagged by Glory, and then we contacted our PR person there, and he's like, I don't know, we didn't do that. So, and then they went into their account and allowed it or whatever. And I think YouTube is a devil. Google's like becoming, what is that? Fucking Skynet.
Skynet. They might as well be the NSA. You might as well just be a terrorist. You might as well be planning shit.
This has got me fucked up. It's only 6% alcohol.
I told
but
you.
It's messing me up. I think it's all the sugar. It probably like gets in your system quick.
I think so. It's like anal.
Brought to you by Smith & Forge Hard Cider.
That'll be next week.
Not now, but
Working
soon.
on it.
Yes, I have to pee.
The piss in the can.
I'm gonna
Be a man.
finish
Smith & Forge style.
Can I mix my pee with my Smith & Forge?
Yes.
Does that taste delicious?
Lyoto
Maybe that was
Machida
Machida's
approves
problem.
of
He
this
didn't-
message.
You needed pee between round 2 and 3.
Well, you should have found another female reporter and slugged down the,
The juice?
Yep.
Nice.
What are you drinking? A juice. No beers. Juice.
Yes.
You ready for a little recap of UFC 175, which we did finally get to enjoy outdoors, even though it was fucking raining. Set up in the
You
garage.
hooked it up, man. It was awesome.
We had so much meat. That's right. It was a meat festival. What was there? There was some lamb. There was some ribeye steaks, bone
Delicious.
in, some crazy ceviche, some lobster. We had a
I forgot
bite of
about
lobster.
that. Yeah, the lobster was good too.
And
Keith was like, "Here, have this." I'm like, "I don't want that." He's like, "Have this."
Eat it. He's got a big bite,
okay, fine.
jam it in your
Fine,
face.
I will take it. Don't kill me.
It was delicious.
It was good, though.
Oh my god! And then after everything, we cap it off with some cigars, hang out.
It was nice, man. We gotta do that again. We gotta enjoy
Yes.
it while it lasts because the winter's coming.
Oh Jesus Christ! I love it. So you like some scores? Start off with some.
Yeah, I don't think I did very well, but go ahead.
You did better, or well, you tied the 8-ball. I was 7-3. Ingo was 6-4, and the Magic 8-ball was 6-4. So overall, I am 85-33. Ingo is 74-44, and the Magic 8-ball is in last place at 66-52.
Okay.
You have winners. Fight of the night.
Yes, I got fight of the night goes to
performances.
Chris Weidman and Lyoto Machida. Deservedly so on a
Yeah.
card that was highly uneventful
Yeah.
until the 2 main fights. And then we had Rousey and Rob Font both got performance of the night. Looked like this both via KO. So
Oh yeah.
there was a lot of decisions on this card. A lot of decisions.
What do you think the buy rate was for this one? Let's go with a little buy rate. Maybe that should be our question. That should be our challenge now.
Buy rate challenge?
Yeah, guess the buy rate.
510,000.
You think that was that high?
Yes.
Over 500.
Rousey's still a draw. I think she's big, and
Yeah.
people want to tune in to see Weidman lose. Machida's got that Machida Sun era.
I was gonna go in the 350 range, but
That would be low.
looking at how much, like all the women that came out to see her, and they show. I don't know if it was on the embedded where the women are hugging her and crying.
Oh, yeah, they're going
and
crazy.
she's finally I don't know where she turned the corner. Where did people start to like her?
They were cheering her.
Yes.
But
There
then
were
she
more
was still
cheers
like,
than boos.
I don't know, like if they want to cheer at school, and I'm like, embrace it.
Well, no, she makes a good point because she doesn't want to be swayed by the cheers or the boos, so she just tries to not let that affect her, and I think
Maintain
that's
her
the smart
position.
way. Yes.
Yeah.
Because they can change, and I don't know what happened, but they're on her side now.
If I can change,
What?
and you can change, everybody can change.
I don't know this. Who
You
is
remember
this?
Rocky 4?
No.
You don't remember
Are
that?
you trying to break me?
At the end?
No.
No, man, when he won, when he beat Drago, and they were all like, Khrushchev was like in the crowd, and he was like, he gave him like a salute because it was a great fight. And
Mm-hmm.
he was trying to say, don't you remember? And then didn't like one of the fighters do that shit? Like, was it Matt Serra? No, it was the guy who got his knee blown out on the Ultimate Fighter, who's now a commentator. Got knocked out by Rich Franklin. What the fuck is his name? Guy's nose. Remember, he was a crazy knockout. Remember Rich Franklin knockout and stiffed him?
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Hang on.
I can't think of his name.
Zombie cage fighter.
Yes.
Just give me a second. He's right there, Nate Quarry.
That's it. Yeah.
I have to look at my walls because all the
He did
fight
that.
posters are up.
He did that in one of his fights in Canada or something. But you don't remember that scene? Man.
I may have watched that movie once.
Rocky 4?
Maybe once.
Oh, dude, I've seen it.
I don't even know if I
thousands
watched it
of
the
times.
whole way through.
Are you
You know?
kidding me?
No.
He's in the mountains running. That's the shit, man. That's what I think of when I'm out there in the wintertime. I'm like, Rocky.
You're Rocky.
Yeah.
You're training.
Training, man.
I hear ya.
I don't have my little fuzzy hat, but
Yeah, your glory cap. You
I
fucking put
do.
that on.
That's a comfortable
tough
hat.
as
by the way.
nails, and you get pulled
Yeah.
over by the police. What are you doing out here, sir? Nothing.
I'm running.
what does it look like? Oh yeah.
Tell your story.
Speaking of the
Thanks for
police,
reminding us,
this
yeah.
is a good segue. I just want people to know your rights. So I go to it was Indiana Dunes over the weekend with my family.
Okay.
And I noticed that there's 2 park rangers trying to block the entrance to the beach, and they're looking through people's shit. If they see a cooler, they're going through it. And I made up my mind, not today.
Not Matt Griffith.
Not today. I know my rights, bitches. So we walk up there. I told my wife, I said, just be ready to start filming with your cell phone because shit could get bad here real quick. I don't think she got ready with it. So I go first, and I'm dragging a cooler behind me, like, doo-doo-doo-doo. And this guy, one of the rangers, comes up, and they have a gun, they have a stun gun, they have handcuffs, so they are police officers. And he comes over, and he looked kind of nervous to ask me. He's like, hey, do you have any alcohol or glass bottles in there? I'm like, no. And I haven't stopped my stride yet. I'm still just walking. He's like, well, do you mind if I look through your cooler? I said, yes, I do. Just kept going.
Kept on walking.
Like, fuck it. I'm going to see what happens. And nothing happened.
Yeah.
So
Why is that, Matt?
Because they have no reason and no right to search your shit unless you give it to them.
Why can't you have glass bottles?
It's just the beach. They don't want you to have glass bottles on there. Probably because you're going to shank somebody with it.
Wow, it's this
Started
what kind
this
of
way.
beach is this, man?
Fuck you.
This guy's kids over there, like, fucking got guns.
But the point is, usually if a police officer asks for something like, can I come in your house? Can I search your bag? You just say no. They have no
I
cause.
think they know like the human nature is like to say yes because it's a person of authority. So you've been conditioned by the system to say okay, and then as soon as you do that, you pretty much give up all your rights.
Yes.
So-
And it's not like I'm hiding anything. I'm there with my fucking family. It's just the principle of it.
I get
And then
ya.
my daughter, the youngest one, she's like, oh, wasn't that nice that he asked to go through your stuff? I said, no. He's asking because he doesn't have the right to do it.
Yes.
You need to know this.
Yes.
So just know your
Know
rights.
your rights.
Because even our friends that were there, one of them was a police officer, and he wasn't sure what it was, and he let them search his shit. It's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. So know your rights. They ask you, you don't have to let
It
them
still
search your
surprises
shit.
me. Seems
What's
like,
that?
I don't know, that he wouldn't know the law or who wouldn't realize that there. I mean, why would he not know that?
I don't know.
That really worries me.
Yes.
That he's and if that's I know it's this one person sample size, but if that's the general consensus of like law enforcement mentality, I mean, isn't that scary?
Well, yes, because
Shouldn't
I
they
think
know the
people
law?
in general, how many people told that guy no on that day?
Probably nobody.
Probably just me.
And shouldn't it, the police are there to enforce the laws, so how come they don't know the law? They should know the law, right?
You would think. You would think.
Huh. Scary.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
That's the most disturbing part of your whole story to me when you told it. I was like, really? He's a police officer and he's just let them search his stuff? Because I wouldn't. Like, no.
Not
Am I
today.
being detained? Am I under arrest?
I'm just waiting. My wife said, because she obviously let me go way ahead with the kids.
Okay.
She said the two rangers were fucking eyeballing me the whole 100 yards to the beach. None too happy. But what are you going to do? Can't do anything about it.
That guy's trouble.
Yeah. Keep a fucking eye out. Where's the drone? Call the drone in. His name's Matt Griffith. He lives here.
Yes,
Come
you
see
can
me.
find him on the internet.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm on a list
I'm
somewhere.
looking for updates on the
Only-
BJ Penn fight. I'm getting none.
It's all good.
This is frustrating.
So, did we say the buy rate? You had
I
said,
said 510.
and then I was
said
going to go
350?
3. But fuck, because you have Weidman and Rousey on there, you got to be, I'm going to say a minimum of 400. Because you're recovering from that brutal, 174 debacle.
They say it was 100K maybe
Yeah,
or less.
I'm going to say it was 100. I don't buy their 125. So, which fight you want to start with? We should probably talk about the Hall fight.
Yes.
And how impressive is that? Where you're wondering, does he have the mental fortitude to go through this fight after he breaks his toe, which I'll post the X-ray picture of.
Like that way.
And I think the best part is between the rounds, the doctor comes in, and the doctor's trying to look at his foot, and the corner's fucking pushing the doctor.
Get away.
He's fine. He'll fucking fight. Like, no, I gotta look. He's fine. I think the ref even pushed the doctor out of the way. Like, get the fuck out of here. He's fine. It's a toe.
But that shit was fucked up. Did you see that?
The bone was through the skin. It barely, like, there's this little nub of skin hanging on.
It's like supposed to be like this, and it was like.
Yeah, it's
like
all
that.
good. But credit to him because he still kept kicking. I don't know how he did it. Probably all the adrenaline, but good for him
He
to
has balls.
finally have a mental challenge and come through it with flying colors.
Yes.
And he got the win, right?
He did. Yes, he did.
If I remember correctly.
Yes, you did, and he got the win. You are correct. They're walking out, Matt.
Right now?
BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar. It's happening right now.
Great. Are we ready to take a break then? Do you want to watch it? Come back?
I kind of do.
We'll watch it. We'll take a time out.
Okay.
And back, Ingo. Just like that.
Oh, man. Bummer.
I got to scroll forward a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what the fuck we just watched.
Well, the Underground is down again, and they're having problems on their website.
They're so popular, they can't even be
On Fight Night. Shit doesn't work. But we just watched, like, the strangest BJ Penn ever. What is going on?
Maybe he was taking too much Viagra.
He was, like, stiff and straight, right?
He's stiff with nothing on his punches. Just trying, and there was no offense. I don't know what the fuck. He just, I thought he might be employing the Homer Simpson defensive strategy where you try to gas out the guy who probably has one of the best gas tanks in the world.
Could be.
And wait for the championship rounds, but unfortunately, BJ was very effective with his feet on hip guard, as Kenny Florian would deem the term.
Yes,
and
it's officially the guard that he played.
You know, Frankie is having a hard time passing, but and it almost resembled the Fabricio Verdum, Alistair Overeem fight where BJ is just laying on the ground, almost baiting Edgar to try to come down, and when they're on the ground, Edgar, yes, he can't pass, but BJ is not being offensive. He's just trying to hold him. So I don't know what the fuck I just watched there.
Yeah, it got stopped. Was it the third round?
The third round. Yeah. There's some brutal elbows from Edgar and
opened him up. That's one of the first times I've seen BJ really take a beating. Like
well, except the other one you said, the GSP. BJ Penn #2.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out if maybe he was injured or maybe there was some problem with the weight cut or what it was, but that did not look like the guy. Maybe he's just too old. I have no idea, but that did not look like the BJ Penn I remember from.
No, you know what's next for him?
Retirement.
Immediate rematch, Ingo! No. Onset blasphemy. He had a game plan. He was going to employ it in the championship rounds. We've seen this fight 3 times. Fuck it. Yeah, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar at 135.
Yeah.
The results will definitely be different.
I don't know.
For sure. I don't play.
That's a bummer. Now I don't have to watch that when I get home.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
Yeah, you don't want to see him get beat down like that and cut up. Because typically he doesn't bleed, you know. BJ can take a lot of punches, but the goddamn elbows cut you up, man.
Yep. So next for Frankie Edgar, title shot.
Yes. Yeah. After the next guy.
Yes.
And we'll go back. Sometimes you have to go forward. Or go
hey, we're also brought to you by DefenseSoap.com.
Oh,
while you do that, where you can go to DefenseSoap.com and enter code MMANUTS and save 15% on your order. Listen, man, these guys are doing great things out there. They're sponsoring all kinds of like
jiu-jitsu competitions.
Yes, but
along with wrestling.
They do like autism. I think they do muscular dystrophy. They're like really philanthropic kind of a company.
He's using the big words.
Yeah.
He's using 25-cent words, and I'll have 10
You got to support them because they're good people, man. Guy at Defense Soap is really like, he's a cool guy, and he seems like really one of the few people I've met in this business who are like, what he says that's what happens. There's no bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no like, whatever. So definitely, if you need some soap, go there, defensesoap.com. Don't even use the coupon if you don't want to, but shit, why not save 15%?
Yeah, if not 115.
Yes. So go there.
Right.
Be clean.
That's right. Moving into the UFC 175 as we go backwards. We'll
Yes.
start with the first fight that we covered that didn't happen and what happened.
Well, apparently Struve had a panic attack or something, or some racing heart, passed out in the warm-ups.
Was this, what's the guy? Was the lead singer from NXS? Didn't he do
Michael
this?
Stipe? No.
No, that's the guy with AIDS that's in that one.
REM. I know what you're talking about. He
Yeah.
passed out too?
No, wasn't he like choking himself and beating off?
I don't know. Is that something people do?
I don't know if they do it anymore, but I thought that's how he died.
It sounds awfully
He was
dangerous.
like choking himself and beating off, and
That sounds like something you need a buddy system for.
Check on me in 2.
Make sure I'm not dead.
I'm not saying Stephan Struve is choking himself and beating off. He may have had a heart condition, is all I'm trying to say.
Oh, he does, yeah. And I don't know what the whole story is, but apparently, he probably was nervous. I don't know. We were talking about this today.
Yeah.
When you almost die or have a condition that could potentially kill you, even at, what is he, 26?
He's
27?
young, yeah. He's not that old.
It's got to mess with your head, and then now you're putting yourself in a position where you're potentially, your life is on the line in essence. It could potentially, your life could end. And I mean, this never happened, but it could,
But what a way to go! Isn't that like the Point Break way to go?
Yeah, but not
Die
everybody's
doing
like
something you
zen
love.
with the world and prepared to say fuck it. Some people are, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe he needs to hang out with Ensign anyway.
Yes.
A little more.
It's a good book. I'm about halfway through.
Yamato Damashi, right?
Something like that. Live as a man, die as a man, become a man, I think.
That's right.
Good book.
But unfortunate, I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't heard any news about him being officially retired or cut from the UFC, but maybe he does need to do the Paul Daly thing and go win a few fights elsewhere just to make sure things are good. But I mean, man, just if I don't know. I don't know if it's a medical condition like life-threatening or if it's just a panic attack, which has of course happened to many. I mean, many people have had that. I think in the past, right?
I don't even remember any. And this is weird because how many times have you had both guys ready to fight and then right before the fight's scheduled to happen, boom, it's off the card? I mean, that's kind of a shocker to everyone.
Same night? No.
The last one I remember happening was the Kimbo Slice Ken Shamrock.
Yes.
Where Shamrock cuts his head right before the fight.
In the warm-ups?
Yeah, and then Seth Petrozelli steps in and single-handedly kills.
He's in the crowd.
Elite
Like, I'll fight him.
Yeah. Well, I think Frank Shamrock said he would step up and fight him because he was one of the announcers, and that would have been a better fight, and maybe Elite XC would still be around.
Yeah. Seth Petrozelli, he retired too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked him out with like a jab going backwards.
Yeah.
Not the biggest of punches, but it was right on the fucking button.
Yep.
So. Well, hopefully Struve can get it together from a medical standpoint. Because I'd like to see, that was one of the fights I was looking forward to. Obviously, we covered that.
Yes.
That was the second most interesting fight in my book on this card.
Mm-hmm.
So we're moving right along then. Rousey versus Davis.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Well, we will talk about it for longer than the fight actually happened. So we've
Would
already
you say
passed the limit.
that there was that Davis fought the ref for longer than
She fought Rousey, yeah. It was a pretty one-sided
the law, and the law won.
down of epic proportions. Was it an overhand right that pretty much?
Yeah, I think it was
stunned her?
the overhand, and then didn't she hit her with a knee to the
Overhand
midsection
right,
into a
knee,
judo throw, into a jackhammer right hand.
Yeah.
And then she got this huge gash on her knuckle or something.
Yeah.
9 inches.
Blue. 9 inches gash.
Yeah. 9 stitches.
I was
sorry.
like, whoa, that's a big
9-inch
gash.
gash. That's a big gash.
Yeah.
You want no part of that. It's like a hot dog in a hallway.
Yeah. Maybe.
We had some good hot dogs this weekend.
Did you?
Oh yeah, remember it was chicken.
Yeah, chicken hot dogs.
See how we
We're all
transition.
over the place. But my take on
Really
this
dirty.
is that
Go.
it seems like right now Rousey has that like killer instinct that I wish some of the men fighters have. in some of the divisions because, I mean, she's like Vitor Belfort of women's MMA. She smells blood, and it's like you're in big trouble. Like
you said, urine.
Yeah, urine. Yeah, I did. I mean, she gave Davis no room to breathe. There was no chance for recovery. It was like, oh, I clipped you with the right. Oh, here's a knee. Here's a judo throw. Here's a bunch of punches. Up, 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 up. Like, at what point did she have any opportunity to even try to recover?
Well, I'll ask you, is it killer instinct, or is it just because there's such a difference in the level of competition where she is so far up?
I don't know.
And obviously it's the skill and her technique and her dedication to the sport, but the other women are just not there. I mean, you're not even close.
Well, the scary thing is I noticed her hands are looking better in the last couple of fights, and for this fight, I mean, she's looking real crisp. I mean, it's like, so now she's got judo and jiu-jitsu, and her boxing's on point. It's like, that's scary. I don't know, you know. There was some talk in the post-fight scrum of, like, Dana was saying, you guys better not be fucking talking shit once I sign Cyborg about steroids and all this nonsense. So I wonder if that fight is closer to happening than we all realize, because that could sell a huge, that could be end of year.
That would be massive. Yes, do that on the New Year's Eve card, because Weidman was saying he wants on that card too.
Yeah.
He'd like to stay with her, like, let's be the buddy system. And
those two guys.
Yeah. Or a guy and a girl, whatever, however you want to call them.
Whatever. Those two.
That works out.
Fighters.
It all works out. And how about the Joe Rogan question, which seemed to cause some controversy because the truck dials into question, and he was sure clear that the truck that did it about, hey, you know,
I think he clarified.
UFC 176 has lost its title fight, and, you know, would you be willing to step up on short notice? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like Dana was going to have an aneurysm after that question was asked.
Yeah, he clarified and said that he was not mad at Joe Rogan at all. He was, some guy in the truck took it upon himself to, like, you know, say XYZ, and he's like, we never fucking said anything. Like, that guy's probably fired.
Yeah, he's so fired.
It's like, gotta put the champion on the spot like that. I'm sure they knew she was having knee surgery, right?
And especially her. Talk about any champion that's been fucked with more.
Yeah.
It's between her and John Jones, and I think she gets edged. She wins and edges out John Jones just because of the way they treated her on the Tough show when she was on.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of fucked up. But
interesting. So what do you think's next for her?
Well, she said, obviously, she's got to get the hand repaired. So she had 9 stitches. I don't know if there's any tendon issues or whatnot in there. Yeah. But she's got to get her knee scoped, and apparently it's her right hand, right knee, and she's left-handed, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem.
So it's all good.
A couple weeks recovery on the knee.
Couple weeks.
But she said, you know, she wants to take a vacation.
She should.
And then, who else are you gonna fight now? Kat Zingano? I mean, Kat kind of needs to get a fight or something under her belt. Ooh,
good try.
Right back at me though.
Oh, I thought you had close.
That. That's right through, man.
It's perfect.
Fucking A. So, yeah, I don't know. Bring in the Cyborg. Yeah. That's all I'm asking for. What do you want for Christmas? Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Literally, Ingo. I want Cyborg for Christmas.
Well,
can you gift wrap her and deliver her?
I don't think I can make that happen for you, but we can try.
That would be crazy. Could you imagine that? It's Cyborg!
Well, what would your wife say?
It's Cyborg! She'd probably be just as excited.
That woman is very big. I'm not going to say anything to her.
Get out of here, homewrecker! Yeah. All good. Moving right along.
Yes. To the
best fight. This was finally, we have a fight that lived up to the hype. I was very excited to see this.
It did.
Chris Weidman, Lyoto Machida. What do you think?
Well, like we were saying last night, it was like a chess match. Like you kept saying how Weidman was doing a great job keeping Machida against the cage.
Yes.
Outside of that, was it black line?
You got to be on the black lines. There's like a double octagon black line. He was doing a great job cutting off the octagon and keeping Machida behind that. The only times Machida had success was when he was going for it. When Machida's in the middle, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because then you give him that space to operate. He's like a surgeon. He needs some space.
He does.
Surgically attack.
And, you know, I thought Weidman had the good game plan for the first 3 rounds, and then maybe he got tired. And the 4th round, Machida started to run his game, but at that point he
was his train. Is he running a train on him?
The urine train.
Yes.
But it was a little too late. I don't think he had enough go juice to make a run for it at that point. Slightly disappointing, but I would say that Weidman, has proved time and time again that he's the real deal now. I mean, I don't think you can question his champion.
No, and all the people that said fluke fight on Anderson Silva the first time, fluke on the second. This is a legitimate win in a fight where he got tested, went 5 rounds, went through some adversity, and then you had the crowd swing, USA, USA, Brazil, Brazil, Weidman, Machida, Machida. Yeah. I love it.
It was good. It was
a
good
back
fight.
And forth.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because I thought Machida was going to at least knock him down once or whatever, but it just never quite happened. I don't know.
He flurried at the end of the 5th, but just it's
too late
at that point. You got to be willing to commit sooner if you know you're down. And I think one of the judges gave Machida the first or second round. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. That was a clear 4-1 if I ever saw a 4-1.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then afterwards, you look at Machida's face. What a mess.
Huge
mess. But classy again in defeat. You can tell. Another guy, champion, been there, done that, knows the right things to say. Love it.
Yeah.
And then Weidman was saying he had the worst training camp ever where, like, the last 2 weeks he wasn't able to hit mitts at all because his hand was fucked up. And thinks he may have come back a little too soon from the knee surgeries.
Okay.
Didn't have a proper, rehab program.
I thought he looked pretty good.
Well, that's the scary thing, too, if you think, oh, that was me with a shitty camp and this is my performance.
Yeah.
What's this guy's potential?
It's huge.
Fuck, he's, what, 12-0 now?
Yep. I think he may have one of the most impressive resumes currently in the UFC as far as, like, guys he's fought and finished. And, I mean, just it's ridiculous. Anderson Silva, Machida, didn't he fight?
Maya,
Munoz. Chael Sonnen? No, didn't fight Chael Sonnen. No, but I mean,
he could when he comes back out of retirement.
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of silly. Like, you think about his path here, and I'm wondering who's going to be able to challenge him. I have one guy that I have in mind, but
go ahead.
Jacare.
I think that's the real test, but I think the fight they're going to make, because I'll go down this path just to go down the path. I think it's all a fluke. I'm not buying into this Weidman hype. I think the only way you can prove it's not a fluke is you have him fight Vitor Belfort on TRT in Brazil.
That's nonsense.
Why?
I think Vitor's retired.
No, I think that's the fight there. I'm joking when I say that because I believe in the Weidman. I'm in Team Weidman, all right?
Yeah.
I think they want him to fight Belfort next. And the only place you're going to fight Belfort is in fucking Brazil.
Yeah. Vitor had a Twitter post about something like he's chicken or something. I don't know. He's afraid to fight him.
Of course, right? How else do you get what you want? Call the guy chicken. That works if you're in fucking Back to the Future.
12th grade, 3rd grade.
Something like that.
Whatever.
Your name's Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
What are you, chicken? Nobody calls me chicken. I'll get you into trouble.
Yes.
Avoid all fights. So, Belfort, I think. I want to see the Jacare fight. But Jacare is fighting Musasi.
Oh yeah.
They got that fight, so he definitely win that one. And I forget when now it's going. It's going up soon. And then Machida, I guess Rockhold, maybe. He seems to be the guy that's out there. Rockhold wants to fight Belfort, unless you make those two, and then you do the Souza if he wins against Weidman. That could be the other option. So
I have some sad news for you.
What?
BJ Penn has just officially retired. Says he never should have come back. I don't know. That's over. That era has ended.
Another legend goes down.
Yeah, he said he just can't compete at this level, and it's over.
Didn't look. I don't know what. I want to know what his game plan was. That's what I would want to understand going into that fight.
It's okay. So, I mean, what are you going to do? It's sometimes it's just time.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't.
Look at how Chuck Liddell went out. I mean, he went out on a shield.
He looked like he was real enthused watching this fight. Normally, the guy is convulsing.
Well, it probably. I mean, maybe it's a reminder to him of how feeble the career of a fighter is, because there he's watching. I mean, BJ and Chuck had the same trajectory for many years, right? And they were both at the pinnacle of the sport, and it just as Chuck, you probably see like, well, I know what that feels like. So too bad, so sad.
That's that. Moving right along. Should I pour a little out for a fallen homie?
I guess, man. I don't know if he's a fallen homie. I'm still seeing halos with the glasses off. That's bad.
Doggone. All right, that's the nuts. Josh Brown. Considering the heavyweight roster is looking thin as of now, do you think Brock Lesnar making a return would prove to be a good move for the UFC and himself?
Well, of course. I mean, he can sell 1 million pay-per-views easily right now. I mean, especially he's been working on his fan base in the wrestling, WC, whatever. What is it?
WWE.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's an instant $1 million pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he would do it because,
it's just... Well, the cool thing was, what if you brought him back in but didn't put him up against the #1 guy?
That would make sense.
Like him versus Arlovski.
Perfect. Do it.
Wouldn't that be like a nice warm-up fight? And I like that. I like his odds in that one.
Don't put him in there against the killers.
Right. He never got that treatment. He always got the killer treatment.
Yeah.
I'm in for some of that. Jordan Carroll asks, is Lyoto a gatekeeper at this point? It was a great fight with Weidman, but he clearly won, and Jones handled him a little. So does he have a chance at a title at this point in his career?
I think no. I mean, he runs into Weidman at middleweight, and then John Jones at light heavy. So who's he going to take the belt from? Is he going to cut more weight? Go down to 170?
No, he looked so emaciated at 85.
So I think he's nothing. I mean, he's not going to challenge for a belt at this point. Not unless the belt
changes hands.
Yeah. Just don't see it, unfortunately.
Nope. John JT Entrepreneur. Should a Weidman just fight Rousey and remind her this is still a man's sport?
Well, he's also way bigger than her. It's not really fair, is it?
Not so much.
50-pound weight difference, probably.
At least. Although she looked like she was cutting the weight. Right? She never says how much she weighs and how much she cuts.
Well, I think she competed at 150, 149 or something, right? In judo, whatever it was, 140 something.
Well, they have those pictures of her and that fat kid from the Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, these two look a little similar.
Rocky Road.
And then John's got a follow-up question. Who's the best opponent to fight Weidman next for the title? I think we both agree probably Jacare.
Jacare!
It's the most excitement. Because the one thing I wanted to see more of was the ground from Weidman. You got a little taste of it, but I want a real jiu-jitsu battle.
Yeah.
And I think that fight, even if it's standing, there's some fireworks going down.
Yeah.
And if it hits the ground,
big hands.
Fuck.
Yep.
Weidman's sneaky, though. I like it. Kyle Gibbs. With the loss of Jose Aldo, is UFC 176 in danger of being canceled?
I think they'll cancel it.
I think they have to.
I mean, who's going to buy it?
I wasn't going to buy it in the first place. We're almost at the point where I think, well, obviously you're only buying the numbered cards, but this is one of those that, like, fuck, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
There's nobody to replace him or pairs to replace. It's too close. I think you just need to cancel it.
And every weight division under 145 pounds.
Didn't that happen to John Jones?
Yeah. You got to blame someone.
It's John Jones' fault.
Yep. Fucking Jones, son of a bitch. UFC 151. James Casita. Should Bruce Leroy worry about his next fight or growing his hair longer?
Well, he didn't look like himself, I thought. He looked a little tentative in there, and I would question the hair growth as, maybe not helping his ability to escape the choke.
That's what they were saying, right? The guillotine?
Yeah.
Daniel Villapanato. Who has the best shot at dethroning Rousey? Is that fighter even in the UFC? Cyborg.
Zingano.
Cyborg.
I have battles with her and Rousey on the UFC game.
Yeah, the UFC game.
I love it.
Larry Starkle. If Weidman beats Vitor and Souza is a super fight, hang on. If Weidman beats Vitor and Souza, comma, I got it now, is a super fight with Jones viable?
Yes.
It is. They'll never do it. No super. We have a no super fight policy in the UFC, Ingo.
When has it happened?
Never. I tried to think about this the other day. There may have been one, but I can't come up with it. I can't remember the last time we had a champion versus a champion, title versus title, at any weight. It's just been all fucking
Was it Liddell,
talk.
Couture, any of those guys? Were they both holding belts?
No.
No.
It was never champion versus champion. It's unfortunate. When you think, I mean, I get it from the standpoint, you're going to sell a shit ton of pay-per-views for whatever card you do that on,
Yeah.
but then you fuck that other champion.
Mm-hmm.
The way to get around it is catch weight. Catch weight.
Yep.
And then you don't really lose.
192.5 pounds.
Yes. It's all easy catch weight. Wes Gilliam, do you think Dana will man up, swallow his pride again, and mend fences with Couture, too? Weird.
Why? Is there any reason to?
Well, because they just inducted Miletich into the UFC Hall of Fame, and there was some bad blood there for many, many years. But
I don't think so. There's no reason for him to do that.
I don't know. I don't think they will either, because when you look back at all the issues that they ever had, there's two people that come to mind with Dana White and the issue. It's Tito Ortiz and Randy Couture. And I think Randy more so than anybody, because I think he's probably the only one that maintained his likeness. He was the one that didn't sign his likeness over to the UFC.
Correct.
And that's when you saw that first EA UFC or EA MMA game where it was like Fedor and Couture on the cover. Couture was able to get the monies from that. Every other fighter has to sign away their likeness. Hopefully they get some money from the game. I don't know. Justin and Dr. Baumgartner. What would it take for the MMANUTS to declare all-out war on each other?
Which nuts? What?
Right. In an ideal world for Zuffa, who are the UFC champions? Mine are Overeem, sadly Jones, Anderson Silva, Carlos Condit, and Cerrone. Below there, who really gives a shit? Exactly. Who are my champions? The current ones.
Yeah.
See how I answer these questions? This last question. What is the greatest question ever asked in the history of MMANUTS?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe that question.
Maybe. Or Brandon Weinstein. Where you at?
Yeah, where's he been, man?
I think he died.
Do you think he did? He had some crazy-ass questions at some point.
I'd be like, dude, what are you asking?
We miss you, man. Come on back.
Yes. Jeffrey, oh my God. Jeffrey Oropillo, growing OG Oropillo. Okay. Given the danger, blood, sweat, and tears, hard work for an MMA fighter, yet they get less rewarded. Comparing it to boxing or some other sports, even WWE gets paid more, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are, it seems, very low pay. And I was looking at, I don't know what card, it must have been this last card, trying to count how many fighters are on 8 and 8. That seems to be the lowest pay scale. I think, and we've talked about it in the past, that everyone needs to be at least 10. Can you do 12? 12 and 12? I mean, fuck. You can't be a full-time fighter on that kind of pay.
Nope.
Rodrigo Machado, when will Ronda Rousey's reign of terror end? In other words, in the UFC's women's division, have a legit chance to beat her? A lot of Rousey questions here.
It depends, man. I think that she's gonna. I think she will retire as champion. Honestly.
So she's gonna retire now, then. Get out right before the Cyborg comes in.
No, I think she will fight Cyborg and beat her.
Oh, so blasphemous.
Yeah.
So blasphemous.
I think she will.
I think they should. That one fucking catch weight. Let's do it. 140. Or start a 145-pound women's division. Let the Cyborg come in, reign supreme, and then talk about a super fight and never make it happen. That's how we do it in the UFC.
It's perfect.
Jeremy Noel, is Anderson Silva ever going to be the champ again?
No.
No, that ship is gone and sailed. Brandon Krieger, when will the UFC get a fighter that can make Ronda go past 2 rounds? Or enough Ronda questions, sorry. John J. Bob, who is the fighter of the half year and the best fight of the year so far?
Fighter of the half year. Oh, that's a tough question.
Fighter of the half year, Chris Weidman, because he did not make my fighter of last year.
Dare I say John Jones? Hasn't he fought twice already?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe John Jones.
I'm going to say GSP.
Yes, good one.
He took off and he blows his knee out while he's out.
Yeah.
And best fight of the year was Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Hunt
Is that this
and
year?
Silva this year. If it was, that's mine.
That's the one.
If it wasn't,
yeah.
that's mine.
It might have been in the fall.
I don't care. I'm going down with that one then.
Yes.
Tiger Galagos will end it. Why do birds sing so gay?
Because they're happy and gay. Cheep, cheep. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet.
Fair enough.
They're happy little fuckers.
Exactly. And ducks are cunts.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I remember I got bit by one. Those son
They don't
of a
fuck
bitch.
around,
It
man.
hurt. And
Yeah.
geese are bitches.
Yeah, the
They
geese
hiss
are.
at
It
you.
depends if they have. I'm mindful of like if they have their young with them.
Holy
The
fuck.
geese, because I run through a path where there's a lot of geese, and usually it's fine, but like in the springtime, I recall there were some young geeslings. What do you call these? Gooselings? What the fuck are they called?
Just baby
Geese. Anyways, that was no joke, man. The entire flock pretty much chased my ass. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. They're trying
You
to
gotta
kill
stand
me.
your ground. Isn't Illinois a stand your ground state?
I don't
Ingo?
know, God. There was like
Come
40
on.
of them because it's by this like pond or whatever where they were doing their thing. I mean, the whole herd turned and started chasing me. I was scared. I thought they were gonna
Find a weapon.
No,
Pick up a stick.
There was nothing.
You take out the leader, they're all gonna back
I
off.
ran. I ran.
Bitch slap the.
If I had a
You ever
golf
bitch
club-
slap a geese?
No.
They like that. A goose.
A geese.
See an old man do that.
Really? Okay.
Because it was hissing at him. He's like, shut the fuck up. Fucking
Snap
goose
its
didn't
head
know. No, but that's the other thing. I always wanted to rape choke a goose. Because that your hands around that little neck, motherfucker.
That only happens in the cartoons.
I don't
It's not
know.
reality. That thing would shit on you.
Probably, but that motherfucker. I think you gotta eat it though after you choke the shit out of it.
You have to eat the goose.
Yes.
Okay.
They cook that fucker up.
No, because those are ones
Is that like a rat?
Yeah, I think the ones that you can eat are different. They're not.
No,
they're
I
not-
think you can eat anything.
No, but I mean, like that goose is no good. Doesn't it have to be like a golden goose, like a white kind? Isn't that better?
Now you're trying to be racist.
Yes,
The
I'm-
black geese still
No,
taste
no,
good.
no. I'm saying.
See, let's go. This all goes back to John Jones.
No, I'm saying the
ahead.
dark geese I think are like wild rat geese, and the white.
Probably, it's
white
like a
golden-
carp.
Yeah,
You
the
don't wanna
white
eat the
golden
carp.
geese are the ones that are delicious. I don't even think I'd like a goose. I don't know. I'm not a big,
Gooses, geeses.
not a big fan of that.
It's all good.
I'm good with chicken. Thank you.
Yeah,
Give me
chicken.
some chicken or lamb or beef or pork.
It's the other
or
white
fish.
meat.
I don't need goose.
It's a good. I think that's a good plan.
I definitely
Should
don't
not
like
eat.
duck. Have you had duck?
Only on a pizza.
It's all fatty. It's gross. Don't like it.
Wolfgang Pucks. I think they did a crazy
Duck pizza?
fucking duck and whatever.
Blasphemy. Be pepperoni and cheese. Motherfucker.
I want everything on that son of a
Duck.
bitch. Give me a spicy sauce. In the topper is you get the hot jardiniere on it.
Ooh, that sounds good. Now I'm hungry.
See? Dinner time. It's only 11:10.
Oh,
Shut it down.
Do you have any knowledge?
That was it. We're not gonna have more knowledge.
That's good.
It's over.
That's been this
All
week's
right.
edition of MMA Nuts. My name's Ingo Weigel.
Margaret,
See you next time.
thanks for playing.
Sorry, BJ Penn.